Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dirt 2 Daytona. If you didn't read the community tab, you don't know this, but of course you do know it because I was unable to put out the Martinsville race today for my video. It's Monday, October 30th, and when I'm recording Atlanta. So I will show you that we won. We started in 20th, worked our way up through the pack, got to the lead. A couple cautions, put a number of cars a lap down. We also drove around a lot of cars. Dale Jr. finished second place. The only reason why I mentioned them, obviously, you can see Sterling Marlin, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Rudd finished in your top five. But Jr. was less than a second off of us the whole time, and it was a fairly exciting finish, which kind of sucks that very much sucks that I wasn't able to produce the video. I had sound, but no video. So that sucks, but we continue our win streak, and I believe we're at 11 now on a win streak. We are at 20 top fives, 18 wins for the season, nearly 1,000 points in front of Tony Stewart, which at this point it's not about the rest of the group. It's about hitting that 23, at least 23 top fives, and of course we want to continue winning overall. If we don't, we don't, but we certainly are going to do whatever we can to get there. Anyway, I digress. Here we are, Atlanta Motor Speedway, and it's been a challenge for us in the past, so I don't expect for it to be any easier now. But I'm going to get out there, do a little bit of practice, and as always, you will see us right before qualifying. What are we looking at here? 29.880. That's actually a really, really good lap. He is way better than other cars. Okay. Yes, I think I can beat that. I think so. All right, down the front stretch for qualifying lap. I may not beat that because I got a little slippery and had to slow up more at the exit of turn 4 there, which, of course, slows us down as we start our qualifying lap. But we had a good 1 and 2. Hopefully, we're able to put down a good 3 and 4 here. Driving in a little bit deeper than we normally do. Bring it down as far as possible without touching. Let the car fade up at the end. Hold it tight to the inside here. And it's still pretty slow because of our initial exit to turn 4. We're going to have to drive our way through some cars, which is what we'd rather not do, but we do what we got to do to get ourselves into the lead. That's going to put us in 5th place. So we'll be on the inside 3rd row. And Matt Kenseth will be on our outside. I'd rather be on the inside if I'm going to be behind cars, simply because then I dictate how the quad oval goes. But in this game, it's just a pile of trash. So this track is quite possibly the most slippery track in the entire game. Just that front stretch is so slick. And exiting 2 and 4 are really bad as well. So anyway, enough chitty chat. Let's get out here and put down another victory in a row.
Welcome to Hampton, Georgia, home of the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm Alan Bestwick. This ultra-modern multi-purpose venue has become the fastest track on the NASCAR circuit. 24-degree banking around the 1.5-mile quad oval serves as a slick, super competitive racetrack.
I'm going to do something a little different and not talk for the first few laps, so give me a moment here.
There's the green flag. Car high. Stay low. Still there. All clear. Car low. Still there. Car low. Clear low. Stay high. Still there. Still there. Still there. All clear.
Well, that was intense, but looks like we've kind of figured it out for now. Wow. I was absolutely not expecting that to be that intense. But looks like what we got in the top 5. Jarrett, Labonte, Martin, and Wallace. I do see Stewart back there. I need to focus on what's in front of me on this race, apparently. We've only got a 4/10 lead right now, and I know we're probably smoking our stuff, but we're just going to do it. We're going to do it, try to keep the car's front end clean. Right now, we've got a clean car. Do the best that we can to have this car running well at the end of each run. But yeah, we're not making huge gains. So I'm going to have to push it hard every lap for now. I assume once we get into lap traffic, maybe we'll be in a better spot. But we have to have long green flag runs for that to happen. And so I'm hopeful that that does happen right now. Now it's weird. We're sliding, but it's good. Like, it feels like it's really controlled. We got a couple tenths there. That was a really good corner. This track is so weird. Like, it is. It's super fast. This is obviously before the reconfiguration of the repaving that turned it into the smallest super speedway. But, oh, nice. Yeah, it did feel good. Anyway, though, I've never been on a track this slick, and yet, for the most part, except for during the exit of 2 and 4, and, of course, the quad oval, so basically, 66% of the track, you're out of control. 33% of the track, you feel like you're in control until you do a quick move and end up finding out that you weren't in control the whole time. Oh, wow, I didn't think that was as good as the other lap, so that's funny. This is absolutely not. We went high and didn't turn in early enough. Still pushing the speed, but yeah, we lost a tenth to Jarrett there in turn 1 and 2. Got it back, though. Got it back. 164 laps, is it? 163. See? Why would I do that? I should wait. I should only look at that stuff on the backstretch. Those cars are all within a tenth of each other. Pretty much. Rusty Wallace moving up into 4th. 20 in the tank. 28, I think, per run. Or stint, whatever. I feel like I used to say the word stint too much, even though that's what it is. So I started adding run into it to kind of mix it up. When you drive so many races, you kind of get into the habit of saying certain things. I think I talked about that in the last race. So I try to mix it up and keep it fresh, but 19 in the tank. We've got over a second lead over second place. We're early in this race. I think we have 4, maybe even 5 stops. I think it's 4. We'll pit with about 130, then around just over 100, then 70 and 40. So yeah, 4 stops if everything goes well. Anyway, let's go ahead and speed this first run up. It's the earliest in the race, so probably the best time to do speed ups, especially once we do our pit stop. I'll expect to see lap traffic and have a lot more action for us at that point. So we'll be back on the mic when we are pitting for a first time, unless the caution comes out way too early, which I hope it doesn't. Yellow comes out as John Wood goes hard into the fence. We got 7 left in the tank. We'll pit. We'll be back with you after the caution.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
Un momento.
Still there.
Need to get to his fender so he doesn't move up on us.
All clear. Clear low. Car low. All clear.
All right, we're back in front of all these cars. Question is, how quickly will some of the other cars get to us? Or if they are going to at all, now that we're out in front of everyone and they're kind of riding on the outside, maybe we've got a bit of a benefit there. And the car that I seem to be, or see being the most challenging car in Rusty Wallace is not in the top 5 presently. That's not to say he won't be there in a moment, but as it stands right now, this is good for us. The farther back we can put him, the less insane driving we have to do. We were starting to slow down a bit at the end of that run, but the expectation is so was everyone else. And I say that with a higher inflection because it's questioning. I'm not sure if that is the case. Bobby Labonte doing a nice job, though, of not letting us just drive away as we kind of put a decent amount of space between us and other cars. So far as we've got, I think that those cars might still be challenged, except for Dale Jarrett and Labonte. I think the other cars behind him are still challenged with some of the triple-digit cars. Those cars that stayed out, they were in front of us. They're going to be pitting in at probably 5 laps tops. I see they were just trying to get their lap back. That was one way they could do it. But as it stands now, I'll expect to see them in the traffic in a handful of laps as they're coming back on the track from their pit stops. And then good for us, that's going to hopefully make it more of a challenge for everybody around us as well. And also hopefully not make it, a huge challenge for us. So we have this race, we have North Carolina, we've got Phoenix, and then we've got Miami Homestead, and then this series is done. Okay, this race is coming out Tuesday, October 31st, Halloween. So I'm going to try to record all 4 races today and give all 4 races to you guys this week anyway, even though we weren't able to produce one yesterday or Monday, which is technically today, but you get my point. Because I was able to put out the Martinsville race, I'm going to try to drop the last 4 races of the series this week. And that means that next week, as we get into November, we'll be running the NASCAR Heat 5 series with subscriber drivers. We've had a number of new subscribers to the channel, so if you're not aware of what's going on with that, I have added subscriber drivers with their own paint schemes, with their own sponsors, as AI drivers in NASCAR Heat 5. You'll see what we're talking about as soon as we get into the series, but they will be cars, trucks. We'll start in the truck series. They will be trucks that are as low rated as we are, and kind of like a role-playing game. As they do well, or as they place, they'll receive points to put towards their drivers. And either they'll tell me what they want, or we'll just do it default, but their drivers will improve with us as we move up through the ranks, eventually competing for a championship in the truck series, going into the Xfinity series with those drivers, and then eventually the Cup series. I expect the NASCAR Heat 5 video series to be a very long overall series with plenty of content as time goes on. If you want to be a part of that, or if you want to be a part of it as soon as possible, let me know, because I have very little time left before I start that video series to add new drivers.
There's a spin in turn 3.
Oh, we got another
Yellow
caution
out.
coming out. And we've got 17 in the tank. We'll be staying out this time. We'll be back. Talk a little bit more about the NASCAR Heat 5 video series that's coming up
Cars out.
as we weave our way through some of the lap traffic. Echo River, the cause of the caution. We'll be back with you after this caution.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag. Car low. They're all clear.
All right. Got 13 in the tank. We need to run green basically the rest of the time. I did the calculations with the mathematicals, and basically our last pit stop will be with 26 to go if we run this thing dry every time. And that's what we need to do. So we're going to run this one out. Back to the NASCAR Heat 5 stuff. For those of you who are unaware, because you're new subscribers, the next series, as I said, that we're starting in a week, which is amazing after running this for 6 or 7 months. I actually recorded this since like January, so it'll be 11 months of recordings. But when I get over to NASCAR Heat 5, we're adding, and I've already added 8 custom drivers. They are all AI drivers. This is not a multiplayer league. They are actually modded into the game. Their paint schemes, their sponsors, you'll see them when they get in. They start at my level, and then based on how well they do, I will divvy points up to them, and I'll allow either the real subscriber to determine where the points go towards their driver, because there's multiple different places where you can add points to how your driver improves, types of tracks, and weight towards the chase or towards the championship, which kind of is the overall how good you are. And we'll set that up. It's going to be kind of trial and error for the first season, to be honest, because I've not done this before, but I have, like I said, added 8. I'm willing to add 8 more. We'd have 16 in the truck series. Probably same in the Cups or in the Xfinity series, and then I'd probably go up to 20 in the Cup series, depending on. I might be willing to do 20 in the truck and the Xfinity series as well, just so that we don't have new arrivals in the Cup series. But if people that are a part of it end up not really being a part of it, and what I'm saying by that is if I ask them what they want to upgrade their driver on, and they don't respond to me for weeks at a time, they kind of become just not a part of it, then I will likely remove that vehicle from the series and open up a spot to have a different subscriber take their place with their own truck, same number, but their own. Well, actually, I can do basically whatever number is not already in use, and also their driver information. So you got to be active. If you're going to be a part of it, you got to be active in the Discord. And by that, I mean when I shoot a message in Discord to your @, and ask you, hey, your driver's got this amount of points. This is where you can divvy them up. Where do you want them? And you got to respond. It's that easy. If you're watching the videos, it's pretty easy to stay active in it anyway. And I'm doing this for the subscribers to be more immersed in the entire thing. Watch your drivers. And if you've got people that subscribe to your channel and you want them to root for you, send them on over as well. But that's not the purpose of me doing this, so it's no bother regardless. I just thought of that right now. Anyway, that's enough on the NASCAR Heat 5 stuff. If you're interested in it, Discord link is in the description. Go ahead and join the Discord. Let me know you're interested. If you can get it to me within this week, this will be coming out on Halloween. If you get it to me by the weekend, I'll be able to put your driver in. It takes some time to do that, so it's not like I can just do it quickly. If you cannot get it to me, you're probably going to not be able to make it or I probably won't put the truck in until Season 2. So just keep that in mind. But if you're just looking forward to watching the new series, hell yeah. I'm looking forward to having it. I'm looking forward to driving in a different game. I will miss this game, though. I know that. This game is... I've driven... I can't... We've got 100... This is episode 170. I know that. And 173 will be the final. But there were multiple tracks where I had 2 races in it. So I'd say we've definitely had more than 200 races in this whole game on this series alone. Remember, this series is called Unfinished Business because I raced all the way up to the Cup Series. Just didn't even finish Season 1 back in the day when I first did this. And I'm glad that I redid it. Like, I'm glad I went from the ground up with it because I learned so much more. And in that one, I think I talked about that before, but in the last series, I ran the long race, not the endurance races. The videos were a lot shorter. I wasn't nearly as good as I am now as far as the understanding of what's going on. I feel like I've learned so much playing this game, even with its quirks. The concepts are the same as real life, so... All right, we got cars pitting. We've got 2 to go in the tank, so we're going to bring it around one more time before we pit. Should be 1 to go at the line here. There we go. Just wanted to check that before I did anything else. Got a big lead, but of course that has a lot to do with cars pitting. Some of these cars we got a big lead on just because we had a big lead on them, but...
You're low on fuel.
I got you, buddy. Just, whoops, wrong button. I meant to slow down. Turn it down onto the track.
Slow down.
55, we're fine. All right, I went 56. I've done worse, so hopefully we'll be fine. I always have to do this real careful at the beginning. We're actually going to drop it to 4th gear right off the bat. Exiting pit road here is a nightmare. Oh, exiting pit road almost everywhere. I think there's one track, I don't even remember, maybe Michigan, where it's just awesome to exit because it's such big corners, such big turns that you just kind of sweep around real slowly. But we're in 12th place right now. I want to say because cars didn't pit yet. I feel pretty good about that. We'll have a number of them pit right now. Some of them will not pit because they pit under that second caution, which we did not pit under. They'll probably go about 10 more laps, I think, than us. And then they'll pit. It's got us in 8th place right now. The caution came out. I'm pretty sure that anybody that we had to compete with is a triple-digit car, so we'd be able to, because I know we're 1 lap down right now. Likely. I'm not actually positive, but I assume we are since 7th place is 22 seconds in front of us. Let's look. Oh, we're not. We are on this lead lap right now. Never mind. So if caution came out, it wouldn't matter. We just blast past everybody. I feel good about that. We've got a 6-second lead over technically, well, not technically, who will be 2nd place, Mark Martin. So that feels good. We just have to hope that, well, I guess it doesn't matter, but I'd say I'd be all right if there wasn't a caution. But in the same respect, it'd be kind of fun to have a lot of triple-digit cars up in the lead with us. I don't feel like they're going to be much of a challenge, though. We've already taken 2 seconds off of them. We've only gone a couple laps. It's nice having all this fresh stuff. I think Spychala or Hovel, one of those two might have... Oh, it's weird how that relative said Hovel or Hovel was farther in front of us than Spychala, but Spychala was in 6th place. That was weird. Let's get to the inside of the 131.
Still there. You're all clear.
Yeah, it's like maybe a second a lap or a second a lap and a half right now that we're gaining on them. And then the difference being Mark Martin, we've only done 0.2 3/10 on him since we've come out. That gives you a really good idea. Well, also, these guys are nearing the end of their run, so they're not going to have as much in their tires and such as we have. But we are 16 seconds, so it's actually gone to more than a second a lap now that we're gaining on them.
Still there.
Hang on to it. You're fine. There we go. Whoa. We're fine. We're fine. That wasn't a big deal at all. As we continue to gain on Spychala and Hovel. We just need to pay attention to when. Yep, there we go. I was going to say when he goes in because I didn't want to be turning in on the quad oval when he's coming out of his turn. That's the other thing I've kind of learned here. Got to do what they do. If I can get... nope, that's not going to happen. That worked out all right.
Still there.
Ish. Got loose there. That didn't go well.
You're all clear.
Not a lot of talking when I'm around cars, just because I don't want to trash my car. Doing something stupid while I'm talking and not paying complete attention to the car. Yeah, we've definitely been gaining on Hovel and Spychala. It's nice. They're going to be pretty far back from the end of this when they do end up pitting. More than a lap down. Oh, see, that was one of those.
Still there.
We were still driving in as Steve Park was fading out. We got lucky there. Very fortunate. I feel like we're going to be near the end of this run by the time that those guys pit. That's crazy. Well, we'd have, I think, 13 to go, so they're going to pit in about 5 laps. We've got nearly a 7. So yeah, we have a 7-second lead on Martin. He's actually faded back a little bit. Newman just passed Jared. I just saw that happen. They're pretty much side by side, though. I wonder if we could catch Hovel and Spychala by the time they were going to pit. That'd be kind of awesome. Where's first place? 15 seconds still, 14 seconds still in front of us. Let's not look at those wheels, tires. We're fine. There might be a little bit of heat in them, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do to stay in first place.
The 117 car is headed into the pit.
Oh. McCabe in the Adidas car. Ooh, we got smoke. We have contact. Elliott Sadler trying to make his way through some of the triple-digit cars. We've got a whole mix of cars up here.
The 118 car is headed into
Oh,
the pit.
we just didn't do it. It was close. It was close. Ooh, that was bad. We're fine. How bad was it? Oh, well, you know, just a little bit of green. We'll be okay. Let's focus on the drive and not on my stupid stuff. And everything is cycled out, which means we got to keep it green, which is nice. We had those 2 cautions early in the race, and then we've kept it green since, which is nice. That little hit in the wall was dumb of me, but it's obviously through the quad where I just do stupid things. I hate that. It's not even that it's that difficult anymore. I'm convinced that I just psych myself out when I'm there. Because when I fully focus on the cars around me, I do a fantastic job. When I'm just like, oh, we're in the quad oval, something's going to happen. I lose my back end, I slam into the wall, I hit other cars. You never know. It's purely psychological, I believe. Well, I guess not much is happening now that everything's cycled out. We have 12 left in the tank. Let's do our second speed up of the race. It's not going to actually last that long, about 6 total minutes, which times 3 could be about a 2-minute speed up or whatever, maybe. Anyway, we'll be back on the mic when we're pitting for the 3rd time today. All right, we'll be pitting this next time around.
Low on fuel.
Hoping that I didn't just screw that up by going too far, but we'll see what happens here. I should be completely fine. We're going to be pulling off while we're in the corner, and it seemed like when we exited the corner was when we were flipping a lap, so we should be all right.
The 97 car is headed into the pits.
There we go. Don't hit me. Don't you hit me.
Car low. Slow down.
There we go. Woo, that was close. All right, good job. Gotta keep it on the track. Drift style. Heat up those tires a little bit, but don't bring it up on that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're fine. Woo! That was scary. Okay, we got Labonte and Harvick in front of us. I feel pretty much very secure about the fact that they are, well, there goes Harvick right now to pits, I was going to say, and I don't think Terry Labonte is pit yet either. But we're back in second. We'll be back in first place in pretty much no time. Ward Burton hadn't pit yet either. Terry Labonte, I think, was part of that extra group, but we had caught up to the triple-digit cars so much, and then, of course, they have slower pit stops than us, that they weren't able to pass us this second time around. They are on the lead lap again, but they are not in front of us like they were last time. We are gaining on Labonte right now, seemingly about a half a second a lap. I don't need to kill it so bad because we had such a nice lead over everybody. The cars that are behind us right now have not pit. Mike Wallace, Casey Atwood behind Warburton. Burton hadn't pit either. He's not having a great race right now. There we go. We've already taken a second off of Terry Labonte's lead. There's a possibility of us absolutely catching him before he pits. And even if we don't, we'll be in the lead again in no time. But the more we're able to catch him before he pits, the better off we are when we pit the next time. And we are almost right on the mark for just over a half a second a lap right now that we're gaining on him. Car is so different when... well, it should be, but it's so different at the beginning of the run than it is at the end. I think I'm going to have a challenge in NASCAR Heat 5 with that. The tire model is completely different. And so the wear matters a lot more. I think I talked about it before, but I think it might have been during the Martinsville race, which you guys didn't get to see, unfortunately. So I'll repeat it now. In that race, if you... or in NASCAR Heat 5, just when I was testing and things like that, if you miss a corner and you try to stay in it, or you overcorrect so that you can actually still have a good corner, if I have the tire wear screen up, it is way, way noticeable at how much you lose for tire wear for missing a corner. So being consistent with your lap times, like on this game, being in this game, being consistent with your lap times, mattering so much. The tire wear is kind of nominal by the end. You don't really drop off a lot. In that game, it is really, really, really noticeable. Tire wear is a big deal. You'll wipe the truck out if you wear them too much. So I'm going to have to be, if I mess up in a corner, I'm going to have to just slow it down, not just overcorrect to try to save the tires. I mean, there's room for you messing up, but not a lot as far as trying to keep the tires legit for the entire run that you're on. And in this one, oddly, we just passed Labonte without him even pitting. Oddly, with it's this next race at North Carolina is, I think, the only race where we actually ever have heard from the crew chief saying that our tires are going to be gone before we finish the run that we're on. So it's interesting, but in the same, it's no big deal. We'll learn it, and we'll be all right. Take that wall and got some damage on my rear end. I think that's just the right rear fender. You can see it dented in a little bit there. A couple double-digit cars in front of us, trying to get around a triple-digit car and John Daly. We're going to squeeze Hamilton down a little bit.
You're all clear.
Try to get around Marlin pretty quick, but I went into that too shallow. I got the better run.
Still there.
See, there I went. I saw Bobby Hamilton. He didn't even do anything wrong at all. I saw him, and I saw McCabe, and I'm like, well, he's going to want to shoot up to get around McCabe. So I moved, and I hit the wall. It's fine. Again, no big deal. But that's just one of those examples of me going around the quad oval and messing it up. I need to get on the inside. I'm not driving that much faster than these two guys to be able to pass them on the outside.
Stay high. Still there. Clear low.
But maybe I can now, as Sterling Marlin just runs into the back end of
Car low.
Mike Mack.
All clear.
Let's see if we can get on his inside this time. He slowed up after he ran into Mike Mack, gave us the opening.
Stay low. Still there.
It's a big deal.
Clear high.
We're going to be able to stay in it and just kind of fade up, but still stay in the speed. That's a big deal. We've already put 4 seconds between us and Terry Labonte. He hasn't pit yet. Same with Ward Burton. But looks like Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett are there now. They are going to be second and third place, and they're 15 seconds back now. So we're doing a really good job in this race. Looking at putting Ricky Rudd and Dale Jr. a lap down.
Still there. All clear.
At some point. I don't need it to be in the quad oval.
The yellow's out.
Caution flies. Not sure what that's for, but we've still got 15 in the tank, and we're not in a position where we can really pit right now. What does suck is we just lost all that time that we had put people down by.
All clear.
I hate that. See if I can at least put Junior, maybe Rudd down.
Cars out.
We get to him. I think we got Rudd down a lap too. I'll put anyone down a lap.
Get set. The race is going green. There's
I want to see if it flips to 11 at the line. Okay, so it's not flipping to 11 at the line. We have 12 and a half maybe in the tank right now. We chose not to pit. Neither did any of the other leaders with us. I don't really know who did pits. I didn't pay attention to that. But a nice jump out, but Mark Martin is no slouch, so I hate that we lost that huge lead. It was Kevin Harvick that brought out the caution. I don't know if he's going to be on pit road, right? We got a couple cars that are on pit road for the duration, but it didn't look like Kevin Harvick was one of them. So whatever he did or whatever happened, he's still out here racing. And yeah, we got a nice jump on these other guys so far, which is good. However, we're still not 15 seconds in front of them, which is what sucks. It's fine, though. It makes for better content, right? Having the potential to have a lot closer racing here as we near our final. No, it's not our final. We still have one more pit stop after this. So we'll pit with 50 something to go, and then we'll pit with 20 something to go. What do we got? 9 in the tank, so we'll pit with 52 to go. Is that what it is? Probably. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it'll probably end up being maybe 51 at the line when we come through the pit stop or pit zone. I guess the challenge that I thought was going to be there isn't really there. Rusty Wallace moves into 5th place, though. That was your second place driver, and he was really fast. So if he gets up through some of this crowd, he could end up being... Oh, what's that? Did somebody just pit? Something weird just happened. There was a big shuffle up. And then all of a sudden we're putting cars 10ths down. I wonder if something happened back there because we just put Stewart and Gordon like multiple 10ths down on a straightaway. Unless they're pitting now because they've been pitting a couple laps before us. Not him, but some cars. Yeah, well, there are some cars on pit road right now that were not up towards the front that were not on pit road before. I wonder, that'd be weird because I don't think anybody that pits before 56 to go is not probably going to make it. We'll see how that all turns out. That should be an interesting story in itself. Whoever it was is off now. We've got 57 to go right now, so the next time around, technically we'd be in the window that we need to be in to make it just a one more stop race. I feel like this is a fairly long race. Because we're pitting more than 3 times. Normally we just pit 3 times in a race. This will be our 4th stop. We'll have 5 pit. Is that true? Am I miscalculating what I've done? We'll end up with 5 pit stops this race. That's a lot. But yeah. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Newman is pretty close to us considering, but if you look at everyone else, I think a number of cars already just pit because Mike Wallace and Casey Atwood now in 4th and 5th place. So those guys are all right on the line. Yeah, we got cars coming off of pit road. I see Bobby Labonte still on pit road right there. So yeah, this is interesting. But like I said, some of those cars, we've been pitting later, which is so unusual for us, but we've been pitting later than some of these cars. That's Tony Stewart right there. I didn't see the black at first. That could have also been Borland, John Borland. That's why I wasn't sure about it right away. But yeah, now I see the black and white with the orange. So yeah, he is... Newman gaining on us quite a bit. That's interesting. I mean, I know I slowed down my corners a little bit, but was quite a gap. We got 2 left in the tank. Oh, I wonder if Newman was one of them that pit. He may have pit. He's going to be off schedule, but interesting. All right. Let's see when it changes to 1. If it changes to 1 before the corners, we'll pit this time around. Otherwise, we're going to bring it around one more time. And get everything we can out of this car before we pit again. We're going to pit. We're going to pit. I wasn't going to risk that.
Slow down.
Yeah, man, I got you. We're fine. Everybody's fine. All right. We're pitting. Just saw Ryan Newman go past. He is in first place, I believe, right now. Let's drift this whole thing. Keep it drifting. Keep it drifting. There we go. Wow. I mean, that wasn't glamorous, but it certainly did actually work. You're going to drive down in front of me, aren't you? That's all right. We'll go right inside here.
Still there.
There you go. Being aggressive, we got to get in front of Ryan Newman. Hope that a caution doesn't come out. We got left, obviously, 27 laps. That's not what I meant to. 50 laps left in the race. One more pit stop. Got into Atwood's draft. This has gone green so far. We need it to keep going green.
Still there. All clear. All clear.
Oh, we've made...
All clear.
Come on now. We've made up some space or some distance right now. I don't know how far ahead Newman is now that we, are up to full speed. How much he gapped us there, but I can't do things like mess around with Mike Wallace and Kevin Harvick. I got to get around him as fast as possible, which I did, actually, surprisingly. I'm surprised that worked out as well as it did. I think Harvick is kind of caught up behind Wallace. I know he is a lap down from his damage, bringing out the caution earlier in the race. I don't know, is that Newman right there? I don't know. If it is, that's great. If it's not, then he's farther ahead. We have to run as hard as we can because every lap could bring out a caution, And every lap is also dwindling down the race. So these are all the things that go through my head right now. No, I don't think that's Newman. That looks like Whiteman. Dave Whiteman, the NVIDIA car. It's green and black. I don't know. I saw it when it went around the corner. I thought I saw green. Yeah, that looks more green. It's very, very small, but Looks green instead of blue. That's what I think of. Yeah, well, now I see it really well. Yeah, it's definitely Whiteman. Hopefully we're going to be able to knock down some pretty good laps here and catch up to Newman. As we pass all those other cars, and as you can see, we're still a lap down, so I'm right. Newman is the one that's in the lead when I saw him go past. I don't know when he pits either. I don't know. Is he pitting in 10 laps or... I have no idea. What I do know is I'm pushing it as hard as I can right now. See if I can get into Whiteman's draft a little bit. Have that help us some. Get a big run. I get to his inside here. Yes, I can.
Still there. All clear.
I mean, you can't have more mild contact than that. Got a lot of cars up there. The car in front of us is not Newman either. That looks more like McCabe. The black back end. Good old Adidas car, so... Oh, I see him! He's all the way up in front of all the cars here. So, there's 5 cars between us and him. And we get there without a caution. That's going to be the biggest question. On the inside of McCabe. Through the quad oval.
All clear.
Is that Kenseth up there? I mean, if that's Kenseth, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to catch Newman. I don't know. I'd be shocked if we're able to put Kenseth a lap down right now. I mean, he was one of the top 5 cars. Unless he pit under that caution. Oh, I'm not sure. McCabe coming off. Oh, no, that's not McCabe. I forget who drives that. The 115. We have cut Atwood and Howard's lead on us basically in half. Oh! Nope, that wasn't Newman. Or was it? Hold on. We'll check on the backstretch. I don't need to freak out right now, but it looked like it might have been Newman going into the pit right there. Which is huge for us. Nope, it was not. Suck. Who was that? I thought that was Ryan Newman there. Oh, he's going in now.
The leader's going into the pit.
Yes! We'll be back on. It was Newman. Oh, we got him now. Rusty Wallace behind us, 8.5 seconds. He's the eventual, maybe, I don't know if Newman gets up to speed beforehand, but right now he'll be the eventual second place car. No. Crap. All right, we're fine. I recovered. No big deal. I saw Spychala, and I got weird, because I do that. I explained it earlier. It's all in the head. It's all in my head.
Still there.
Are we on the lead lap? Okay, I was like... I wasn't positive after a second. Looks like Newman got up to speed. Going to compete with Wallace for that eventual second place spot. How many laps do we have left? 14. All right. When does Atwood and Howard in them pit? Mikey Wallace just pit. Rusty Wallace dropping back. I feel like he's pitting again, or is he caught up behind people? He's dropped back quite a bit there.
Car low. All clear.
Like, quite a bit. I realize we got some congestion around here, but that's weird.
Car low. Clear low.
Back in the lead, ladies and gentlemen. We finished our finals. Oh! You couldn't have it happen at a better time. Caution flies as we are back in the lead.
Still there. Car low.
Oh.
Clear low.
Wanted to get around those guys just because I didn't want them slamming on their brakes right in front of me, and they would. And again, we lose all of that momentum we had. That car's down 15 seconds again, but we're in the lead. And unfortunately, we still have to finish our run. We're going to be quite a few laps short if we pit right now, so we'll finish our run. And we'll be back with you after this caution.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the
So this is
green
where we
flag.
made a decision. 31 to go. We would have been short by like 4 laps or something, or maybe even 5 or 6 laps had we pit under caution. So anybody who did pit will have to do a little gas and go. If there is a caution between now and then, we could pit. But otherwise, we are going to be pitting. Oops. In 8, well, maybe 7 laps. We'll find out when we get to the line. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe we'll make it an extra lap around. Regardless, we don't have to pit yet. Ryan Newman, holy, where the crap? I mean, really? He even came off the gas and not run into us. How is he that much faster?
Stay high.
I mean,
Still
I
there.
get that he had just come out of the pit not a couple laps ago, but that was incredible, his run. All right, so now we got to push to get back in front of him before we pit. I don't know. He doesn't have to pit for a while. And one of the biggest things we really needed was for him to be as far back as he was before that caution came out, like this whole time. That screwed us. Because now we're going to be battling. We're going to lose a lap to him. And although he has to pit with like 10 or 12 or 14 to go, whatever, we got to run this whole time without a caution coming out. I don't know if that can happen. So I guess we'll find out. And then here's Rusty Wallace gaining on us too. I don't know why Wallace is gaining on us. He should be pitting soon. Whatever. Got 5 left in the tank. When we pit, it will be our last time. So anybody who pit under that caution was not their last pit stop. They cannot save that much. 6 laps, no way. We are absolutely worn out. And we'll be worn out again at the end of the race. But hopefully we'll be in a decent position by then. Oh, wow.
Still there.
All right. So this is not exactly where I wanted to be. But we are at the end of a run. So trying to run 180 around those corners is not going to happen. I don't understand, like, Rusty Wallace and Gordon and them, unless they pit under caution. Which is fine, I guess. Because I don't know how they're all catching us right now. We cannot drive as fast as we're trying to. We just can't do it. So we're going to lose some spots until we pit. And we got a couple left. That's just weird. We're running about where we would be running at the end of our stint. So being that we drop back to 5th place, not great for us. But also with the understanding that I believe these cars all have to pit. If not now, they have to pit pretty soon. We got 25 to go in the race. Maybe we'll pit this time. We're losing too much time. Let's pit this time around. And just do a little bit of praying that we don't end up with a caution. Of course we would do that. Come on, grab it, grab it, grab
Slow
it.
down.
We did. There, perfect. If nobody's coming, I'm going to try to jump right up on the track. Nobody is there yet, and he goes on my inside. Obviously I can get up to speed faster doing this. And if we can stay in front of this whole group, that would be huge. Well, I couldn't screw Terry Labonte over just because he's... There was no way if I blocked him, it wasn't going to help us at all. We stayed in front of that big group. That's a big deal. That is a big deal.
Clear.
23 to go. Everybody has to pit yet. We are a lap down. We're in 11th place. We had a good pit stop, clean, all that good stuff. We can take a couple... Well, we can't take any positions. We're the first car a lap down. However, we can get... Oh, no. We'd have to pass 10 cars to get back on the lead lap, and
Still there.
we just need this to... Because we can... Well, I can see 4 more. Here's one of them. So 9 more cars. 8, 7, 6, 5. I don't even know past the 4 that I can see how far away the other cars are. And I just don't think we're going to catch them. So I think that the biggest, most important part right now is that people pit. And at the end of the race, and we come out in first place. We've had some close runs or close calls as far as this whole thing goes. And this is going to be the closest one as far as our winning streak is concerned. We would win likely if everybody pits and there aren't any cautions. If there's a caution, I think we're pretty much screwed. With so many cars needing to pit yet.
There's a wreck in turn 3.
Right there. Please don't bring out the caution. That seemed like somebody going into the pit, maybe. Well, that's weird. They said there's a wreck in turn 3, and I see no new tire marks on the track. But I do see some cars on pit road right now. Trying to catch Mark Martin. That's the other thing. The cars that we have to pass to get up to the lead lap are fast cars from what I can see. Not positive, but I'm pretty sure. Well, at least Mark Martin is. I guess it's just going to... I mean, honestly, I feel like this is going to have to go to like 4 to go. There's no way that they could have... If they pit under that caution, they would have had to have saved 6 laps of fuel. You can't... There's no way they could have done that. Oh, well, it doesn't matter now. Now we're screwed. No pit.
Cars out.
Under caution. And that'll be it. Huh.
These cars off. Get set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
I skipped because I wasn't pitting. And we're exactly where we thought we would be. They all pit because they got to do that. And now we just get to, I guess, hope for another caution. Otherwise, we're finishing in 11th. Because there's no way we're driving all the way around the track to take any of the positions from the cars that are in the top 10. They're all top tier cars. So sucks, but it was bound to happen eventually. Here it is. I guess I'm hopeful that there will be a caution with less than, or with, a few laps left that we can actually have a shot at it. But it's not looking like it. It's not looking like it. And the reason why I know that they pit, even though I skipped the caution, was because I was in front of the leaders when we came out of the caution. That's the only way you end up in that spot. I should have pit under that other caution. I should have done it. and just hope for another caution, or then been on the same schedule as the leaders to pit at the end of the race. We were fine if the second caution didn't come out. We win this race, but the second caution didn't come out there. I mean, it could come out now. I just don't see it happening. It hasn't seemingly happened if people weren't pitting. And no one's going to be pitting the rest of the race, so I'll go ahead and speed it up, and if there's a caution, we'll come back, and there will be some excitement. If there's not a caution, we're going to finish in 11, which sucks. Here we go, last lap for us.
Last lap.
Rusty Wallace right behind us. Will win the race, rightfully so. He was your pole qualifier. Good job by that team. I mean, we got we cut more than half off the lead of Hovel and Wallace in a number of cars, and Rusty Wallace, we barely had anything in front of him after we ran that whole thing out. So that team was bad fast, and our streak is broken.
Top 10.
But
Can't complain about that.
Jeff Gordon had to pit, so we got in the top 10. And he's right. I'm not going to be mad about it. We raced this race as well as we could race it. Top 5, Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett, Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth, and Bobby Labonte. Rusty Wallace may have won congratulations to Rusty Wallace in the number 2 Miller Lite Genuine Draft Mustang. Congratulations to them. They had a fantastic job all race long. Yes, we are still in the lead. We have 3 races left. We have to get top 5s in all of them to achieve the 23 top 5. So that's the most important thing for me right now. Our Halloween episode, which is actually going to be Halloween in the game, not Halloween in the release. It'll be the November 1st episode. But anyway, we'll be at North Carolina Speedway. We'll do some fun colors on the car, as it'll be our last Halloween episode of the series. Well, folks, top 10 finish, not what we wanted, but it's what we got. So that is going to do it for this episode. We want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.